We're at a crossroads where multiple worldviews are struggling to enslave those who believe in the God-given right to pursuit for the pursuit of happiness and practice of religious freedom. No longer is our focus on how to get along with our person next door as a good Christian, but among many other priorities that people seem to have today, our culture has been captured by whether or not one supports the modern state of Israel or Muslim Palestinians. And this Middle East conflict has been a chronic problem, as you know. This is a false choice. It's one of many things that we're dealing with, but this is a particular large one that we deal with. Let's take the fixation that many have on modern Israel. Historically and biblically, Israel is the chosen people of God. Now, after 50 plus generations of since the Assyrian and Babylonian diasporas, when the Israelites and Jews, etc., were taken off into diaspora, it's possible that almost everyone on earth has Israelite DNA. Now, I'm not saying they do. I'm just saying I can imagine that this DNA has been spread all over the place. The Promised Land will never truly be righteous, as we seem to be fighting to create some righteous thing, until Christ returns. And Christ will reign, and then it'll be righteous. As long as there's humanity, that ain't going to happen. So we shouldn't think of anybody in any country, any leader, as being righteous. And we have a lot of people assuming that certain leaders are supposed to be righteous, and they're just not dealing with reality. They're humans. King Josiah's fate at the hands of the Egyptians should give pause to those who choose to act vainly without God to promote the power and glory of an earthly kingdom. And if you don't know King Josiah, go look him up. The Christian world shares the Torah with the modern Jew, but not the Talmudic teachings that is their benchmark. And this is critical, and Christians shouldn't be confused by that. It's important to know. Likewise, the Noahide laws, which a lot of people think is a great thing, the concept of establishing the courts of justice sounds good, but it may be in conflict with our American Constitution, which is based on Christian values. On the other hand, the concept of wiping Israel off the map or subjugating it to other cultures, or it and other cultures to the whims of imams, is an immediately threatening circumstance for the world, as we see over in Iran right now. Sadly, many don't read their own religious writings and happily accept whatever their imam describes or orders them to do. And this is not unique to Islam. Plenty of Christians don't read their own Bible, etc. I assume that's true of other religions that have books. Spending an hour or so listening to Dr. J. Smith, and I just use him as an example because he's got a lot of good work out there, but listening to J. Smith, or one of the people that he works with, on the non-fictional and archaeological evidence of the rise of Islam would reveal the historical inaccuracies that Muslims have been taught for centuries. The Muslim narrative has no comparison to the historical evidence of the life, crucifixion, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. It doesn't compare. When you really look, there's narrative, but narrative is not evidence, y'all. So, archaeological evidence, evidence in the writings, evidence in maps, etc. Just a little research will reveal that things aren't what a lot of people in the world think they are. Whether the individual from a Muslim background learns the truth might not be important when living in a democracy, except that the leaders in his faith very often seek to annihilate the democratic principles and precepts based upon Christianity to install a theocratic dictatorship that offers peace only to those who submit to the imams. Now, they'll, of course, say you have to submit to Allah, submit to the Quran, but there's a lot of everyday life that pops up that the imam is in control of for a Muslim. The Western world is on the brink of a collapse due to its perversion of the concept of the individual's pursuit of happiness. We've allowed this hedonistic concept of do whatever you want to infuse every social relationship and responsibility, and with the end result that we're allowing novel, unfamiliar, or even alien influences to alter our social fabric to the point where those who founded our democracy would be strangers in their own land. A society based on every individual's personal privilege is ripe for the overthrow by evil that will enslave everyone. America can't remain a melting pot when those who come to our shores remain dedicated to their home countries or to the worldviews that are directly in conflict with the Christian heritage of the United States. The concept of love your neighbor and even your enemies, Jesus said, love your enemies too, does not mean that your neighbor has unlimited rights to their own desires. Many are possessed with the social justice and human rights goals that eventually destroy the fabric of society and eliminate the community structure that is actually capable of offering a helping hand. Others are dedicated to the overthrow of the structure. While these people erode the fabric of our republic, there are vultures waiting for its demise so that they can subjugate the remaining peoples. What do you think about that? Is that what you're seeing? I'm really, on the one hand, disturbed, on the other hand, fed up with what I've been seeing in the world for the last several years. And it's just getting worse. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. So, if you agree with that, hit thumbs up, hit I agree, give me a heart, whatever you want to do. If you disagree, feel free to respond to it. If it makes sense to you, share it with other people. We need to start dealing with reality here. And that's why I refer to historical things, not to what people want and feel. Anyway, give me a response, please. Have a good day. God bless.